Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Lexi.
And for our sleep term project, we went to Rock Hill High School in Prosper, Texas, and presented about good sleep habits and sleep facts towards high school students.
So, what we did, we presented to a total of three classes, the first being mental health and counseling, the second being kinesiology 1, and the third being health science theory. Each presentation was around 45 minutes to an hour long, depending on how many questions they asked. And then we interacted with a total of 64 students, as well as the three teachers that each of the classes had. We used Mentimeter to use our presentation to have it be a little bit more interactive with the students. Right here we have an example of one of the questions we did ask. We wanted to pull a Dr. Scullin, so we started off with, what is your worst hypothesis on why humans and animals need to sleep? And these are actually some of the real answers that the students provided. My personal favorite being they transform into Oompa Loompas or to make your eye bags go away.
So some of the topics that we covered, first we started our presentation off with we need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And for this part, we gave evidence of some of the experiments we looked at in class and just showed them like why we do need 7 to 9 hours and why it's scientifically basically proven that we do need that. And I think the students really enjoyed that as we had a little poll to say like, how long do you usually sleep for? And some people said 4 hours or 6 hours. Then when we provided this information, they really got a better understanding of why they do need that 7 to 9 hours or ideally 8 hours of sleep. And then to break up some of the more intense information with some of the fun information, we added fun facts about animals and how they'd sleep. And we had them do a little guess and like poll of how long they think each animal sleeps for. And I think it was just a fun way to keep the students engaged during our presentation. And then we ended our presentation off with some good sleep habits, some tips, tricks, and hacks to get a good night of sleep every single night. Some being sleep when you're sleepy or the deluminate or illuminate theories and stuff like that.
So this is actually the long-lasting resource that we provided with them. We have them right here. We used brain squishies and then we wrote little sleep facts or tricks. So this one says sleep when sleepy. That way that they could have a reminder as they take this home with them. And also, why not give the students a stress ball? Because the less stress you have, the better sleep you can get.
So some of the lessons that we learned from this, one of the main one was from this interaction with the high school students, we learned that they didn't really have a good understanding or a deep understanding about the effects of sleep, specifically when it comes to caffeine intake. One of the points that we made about why you need to sleep had to do with caffeine and how it blocks the adenosine receptors. And some of the students found that really helpful to know because they told us that they would drink coffee late at night or have like caffeine at bedtime or something like that. So I think that was really important for them and something that we learned out of that. And then something that we would have done differently with our presentation is to not have it be anonymous. With Menti, all of the interactions that the students can do are anonymous. So some students would make a joke about it or be less respectful. So I think that's something that if we did this in the future, we would change.
And so some of our best moments included sharing our personal data with the class. It was really cool for them to see like, oh my gosh, the people that are presenting to us actually have some data that we can look at. Megan's is going to be the one in the top left and mine's going to be the one in the bottom right. And as you can see, they're very different. So we was able to provide them with variability of sleep data. And then my personal favorite was at the end, we would ask them if they had any like funny stories, whether it's like sleep paralysis, sleepwalking, any dreams and stuff like that. And the students were really eager to share with us, as long as along with the teachers as well. So
yeah, that was our presentation. Thanks for listening.